trans-perfect Music City Bowl between Maryland and Auburn. This game will be played Saturday, December 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, Nashville, Tennessee, in Nissan Stadium. Auburn sitting around a 6.5. I don't know what trans-perfect is. Looks like translation services. Okay.
The logistics company made it this far into bowl season.
They translate languages. Film, gaming, law, healthcare. Interesting. I guess they have like interpreters, and so anyway, probably heavy law presence. But Auburn sitting around a 7-point favorite, around a touchdown favorite, total 46.5. Let's go through player news here. Auburn transfer portal, couple receivers, the Johnsons. Then it looks like from this, I don't think this is official yet, but their star cornerbacks, DJ James, Jeremiah Pritchett, are expected to opt out, as well as defensive tackle Marcus Harris. Hugh Freeze said he doesn't expect any of those three to play. Their other stud starting safety, Jalen Simpson, he is expected to play, despite accepting a Senior Bowl invitation, but he is dealing with a hamstring injury. So I would not be surprised if he just does end up sitting out. Maryland, the news there, their starting quarterback, Talia Tagovailoa, he opted out, which means Billy Edwards Jr. will start. Maybe Cameron Edge will also get some looks. Their starting cornerback, Tariq Still, also opted out. A couple other players are starting tight end, Corey Dyches, couple other defenders. Although Coley, he's a cornerback, he lost his job late in the year. Barham, a linebacker, he's important. When I look at this game, I played Maryland here. I thought this was too much of an overreaction. This is still an Auburn team that remains limited offensively, and they're going to have a really thin wide receiver room. And they're vulnerable on defense, right? Their pass defense was really good, but they're going to have a bunch of guys that probably opt out in the secondary. But you can run a bit on Auburn, and I think that's the path here for Maryland. Billy Edwards has some experience, so I think Maryland can have some success running the ball. Auburn, horrible on third down offense. Maryland's defense actually excels in that department. So, yeah, I just don't think Auburn has the juice. And where do they stand mentally after that Alabama loss? But I just don't think they have the offensive juice to be laying a touchdown here. So I think this is too much of an overreaction to Ty. He's a good player, being not in the lineup, but I think Maryland is a live dog here, and I think they're going to rely on their ground game. And you're going to see a lot of Hemby. It's going to have a couple broken runs, I think, and I think Maryland's the side here, especially at 7 or better.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely oversold here, and Billy Edwards is not that bad of a quarterback here. He started against Northwestern, NC State in a bowl game last year, 3-0 TD to INT. He's got an average depth of target of 9.4 yards. He did generate 230 rushing yards last year, but he also had 5 fumbles and 31 rushing attempts. This guy is a red zone tank. He's had 6 rushing TDs this season on 13 attempts. He is the goal line tush push Jalen Hurts 600-pound squat guy. When you go to the other side of the ball, heavy run ratio for Auburn's offense. That's all on Peyton Thorne and Jarquez Hunter. High success rate running inside and outside zone. Maryland was horrific against inside zone, 42% success rate. Maryland has a high coverage grade. They ran exclusively in quarters, and Thorne was pretty average against that all season. So we'll see what they can do. I agree with you. I think the number's gone way too high. I would have made this Auburn -2 with Talia Tagovailoa in the game. So it's 7. You're definitely pushing the card here, because Billy Edwards is not a big drop off whatsoever. It's just a different offense. And you got 15 practices to prepare for this. There is a big middle 8 difference here in favor of Hugh Freeze over Mike Loxley, probably one of the biggest in all of bowl season. You could argue that the point spread is too high, and maybe you want to wait to see who controls halftime in the middle 8. The big loss is Michael Harris on the defensive interior, considering Maryland cannot defend inside zone. So I do think Auburn wins the game. I think 7 is way too inflated, which makes Auburn my parlay piece of the day on December 30th.
Edwards, by the way, against Michigan, 4 carries, 3 yards, 3 touchdowns. So yeah, he will be certainly utilized in short yardage, whether it's 3rd, 4th, and 1, and then anytime they're near the goal line. But yeah, I always look
His
for
anytime TD prop. That's what we should be betting.
Yes, yeah, well, I'll definitely look into that. He's at Maryland. I think it's going to be the running dog here, and with the Auburn wide receiver room, it wasn't very good anyway, and now you got a couple guys missing. It's just this is an offense that Maryland's defense can hang with. So I definitely think asking Auburn to win by more than a touchdown is a little too much.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to ride with the Terps here.